Hi, I'm Dave Graham of EurekaSound, and I'm here with Russ Hoffman of Evaton Technologies. And we're here to discuss some of the products that Russ has made that we carry on our site. One of them being this cool MK adapter. Could you tell us a bit about that, Russ?
Sure, Dave. The MK adapter is a little mechanical adapter, specifically for the Korg microKORG vocoder synth. And what it's for is it allows you to put this standard gooseneck directly onto the microKORG synthesizer instead of using the sort of microphone that comes with it from Korg.
Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of complaints with the microphone that ships with it. And so if you use this, then you don't have to carry a mic stand.
That's right.
Okay.
So the whole motivation behind this was that if Korg allows you to use an external microphone on the microKORG. There are jacks on the back of the synth to plug in either a dynamic or a condenser mic. But they didn't allow you to plug in a standard gooseneck, so you have to have something like a separate mic stand beside it. It's just a lot of extra stuff to set up, and chances are, if you're gigging with this thing, you're probably going to want to use a better mic than the one that comes with it.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And this thing doesn't seem like it would necessarily reach your mouth or stay where you would want it.
It really, yeah. I've done a lot of playing on the microKORG, and the problem that I have is that over time, especially if you're under hot lights or something, this thing just kind of eventually just sort of
it wilts.
Yeah, it really does. It was a great mic. It gets you up and going, but the MK adapter lets you use your favorite mic.
Okay.
And directly on the microKORG.
Okay, sounds like a great product.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, and then we being EurekaSound also sells some other products that you've made in the EuroRack. Would you want to show us some of those?
Yeah, absolutely, Dave.
So EurekaSound has also been selling some of Russ's other Evaton gear. Specifically, the RF Nomad has been a big seller. Why don't you tell us about that?
Sure, Dave. The RF Nomad is a EuroRack module for modular synthesizers in the EuroRack format. And it is a shortwave receiver that a little bit of a twist. It's got a voltage-controlled tuning parameter. Turn this up here a little bit. We can kind of hear. See what we can get. All right, so a receiving station. And
this is just some station around the world?
Yeah, we're just got this little antenna hooked up here in our Pittsburgh studio, and pulling in some foreign station. So I have 4 knobs on here. Top one is the RF gain, and that adjusts the sensitivity of the receiver. The next one is tuning. And you can kind of get those neat sort of vintage shortwavy sounds out of that.
Yeah.
Alright. And the last one's audio gain here, just kind of volume. But the interesting one is the CV amount. And so right now I've got this LFO patched into CV in, and as I increase the CV amount, this LFO is sweeping the tuning up and down according to the frequency of the LFO.
Awesome. It sounds like it should be part of like a 1950s sci-fi thriller here.
Oh, sure. Especially if you add some effects on the output. Here I've got a delay.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely got a spaceship landing or taking off there.
Exactly.
And one of the neat things with the CV control over the tuning, if you could do some of this with a shortwave radio, if you just kind of twisted the knob back and forth, but you'd have a hard time turning the knob quite this fast.
Oh, that's very cool.
And you can just have a ton of fun with it. Let's throw some effects on here. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. You can get a lot of cool sounds out of this thing.
Cool. And there are multiple antennas you can get for it, is that right?
Right. Now this one's just a handmade one I have here in my studio, but the RF Nomad ships with a 5-foot long antenna, and this is kind of a starter antenna. A lot of people do have good success with that. Just kind of depends on your location and so forth. If you do live in an area that has a little bit more difficult reception, we do offer a 25-foot long antenna.
Wow.
And if you get one of those, I kind of recommend you sort of run that up along the wall, maybe tape it around the ceiling or something like that, and get as high up off the ground as you can and away from metal objects. And again, just kind of experiment time of day, you know, just you know, kind of propagation conditions.
Okay.
Just sort of, you know, it's a bit experimental. You kind of never know what you're going to get each time you turn it on.
And if you were a tinkerer and you wanted to build your own antenna, is the connector standard?
Yeah, this is just a standard RCA connector.
Oh, okay.
The outer ring is ground. The center pin is the antenna signal. So yeah, if you even wanted to get like say like a length of zip cord, you can make yourself a simple dipole antenna, and those work really well. I've had some customers that have talked to me about that, and I talked them through that, and they've built that and had really good luck with it.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, and right beside it in the Eurorec, I see, what is this, another product from Evaton?
This will be coming out summer of 2015. This is the CLX. It's in prototype right now. This is a prototype module. But what it is a sort of an LFO / clock source / clocked logic module. And I built it because I've got a lot of stuff in my rack here, like for example this Turing machine. And my sequencer and some other things that require clock sources. And what I found was I was using up all of my square wave LFOs when it would have been nice to have sort of just a dedicated clock for that function. So this actually came out of necessity for myself. So I built this. It's got 2 clocks. There's an A and a B clock, and they are basically identical. They got a high and a low range, and there's a switch to select the high and low range. It goes anywhere from just below one clock per second up to about 250 hertz or so. So there's a lot of range there.
Okay.
But what makes it the CLX unique is it also has these logical outputs. There's an AND and an XOR output. And what that does is the AND is high when the A clock and the B clock are both high at the same time. And the XOR clock is only high when the A is high or the B is high, but not both.
Yeah.
And so the combination of those two things gives you some interesting rhythm sources.
Cool. Can we hear it?
Sure. Let's see. I can actually just use this as a CV for the Nomad here. Let's see what that sounds like. I'll have to tune a little bit off frequency here. So let's go.
Ah, okay.
And by changing the amount here, we kind of change the offset a little.
Sputnik.
Yeah, yeah. And so here's our higher clock speed. Okay. And if I go into the AND output, you can hear there's more of an irregular rhythm as the 2 clocks go in and out of phase. And same is true for the XOR.
Ah, very cool.
And kind of as you change the ratio of the 2 frequencies, you get some different results.
Very cool.
Thanks. And as always, life is better with effects.
Very cool, Russ.
All right. Well, anyway, that's the CLX module.
All right. Well, thanks for showing me all your gear, and we look forward to new products from Evaton, and we will have them on the EurekaSound site.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Had your old shortwave receiver, and you could play with the knob on it, and kind of the sort of kind of sound. Well, the voltage.
What was that?
Yeah, all of us synth guys end up doing that at some point or another. But